Hello everyone, this is Max from Licensed Gentlemen, and this is the second video in the series of two videos about the crypto casino versus traditional casino. And as I mentioned in my previous video, it's not actually a question what casino to start, right? It's a question of how can I add more value to the marketplace, to my audience, whether or not we have all elements that are essential to start the casino and whether or not that's crypto casino and to make it successful. These are the questions that you have to start. It's not just like, one approach. I was starting crypto because I like crypto and I believe in crypto. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. No one cares whether or not you believe in some things unless they are proven to be true and you have everything that is required and more to become successful in this particular niche or the vertical, right? If you didn't see the video about the crypto online casinos and all the pros and cons, then go and check that video. I will leave a link just below this video over here. And this video is fully about traditional online casinos and what makes them so successful. Because right now, still 8 out of 10 businesses that we are working with, they are like traditional online casinos with fiat payment methods because they just work. I mean, the main reason why that's the true is because everyone is using fiat. Your grandmother is using fiat, like my parents are using fiat. 8 billion people in the world, and everyone is using fiat more or less, and for many reasons. Whether they are using online payments and they have where they are, or probably they're using fiat and paying cash for the bread and for the other things. Since we have fiat, we have another problem that is being solved over the time, which is the internet access. So there are currently almost 3 billion people on the planet without any internet access. 2.85, I think, billion. I mean, you probably perceive an internet like something that is granted to you, right? So it's easy to connect it to your phone, to go outside, to read, to play some games, maybe to watch some videos. Well, imagine there are 3 billion of people, or it's just like 8 billion of people over in the world, and 30% of the people, they don't have any access to the internet. So with all the programs, including the Starlink, that provides internet to even the remote locations, anywhere. I mean, more and more people get access, so they get more educated. And when more people get access to the internet, guess what they do the first? I mean, you don't have any kind of an international level entertainment, and now you see YouTube videos, and now you see Facebook platform as the way to speak to your friends and to reach out and to post something interesting. And now you have also YouTube and Netflix, right? So you have something to watch and to drive that dopamine level in your brain up. Because entertainment is what people are seeking for. They're looking for that window where they would spend a couple hours of their day to go and do something that is not related to the work. And online casino is one of the things that they will go and they will play because nothing drives dopamine. No Netflix, no Amazon drives dopamine as much as that will and wish and desire to win and to win fortunes and to make tons of money out of that, to outplay the casino. So, the reason why I'm saying that is that you do not compete against other casinos in a general way. Your actual competitors are Netflix, Facebook, Amazon, because when people are at their homes and they decide how they're gonna spend next few hours, they can either go to Facebook and surf the Facebook feed, or they can go and watch some Netflix movies, right? Or now you offer them to play your ultra super secret casino.com and to spend their time and also spend their money there instead of buying shoes for themselves, like when they go and surf Amazon or something like that. So the rule of thumb is if there is an Amazon, if there is the Netflix, if there is a Facebook, then probably there are ways how people play online and how people pay online, right? So if there are ways how to pay online, then guess what? There is an audience and there is a market. Another way how to analyze this thing, and I mean whether or not to take this particular country or the market in general, is to check whether or not there are some successful affiliates. If there are affiliates on the market, then the market is proven because affiliates are the girls and guys who actually spend their money, and there are guys in the trenches that actually test different tactics and strategies and do the work and build the content. And by doing all that, they prove the niche, and if the niche is there, then many other affiliates join them, And basically, this is the main aspect to look at. Are there any affiliates on the market? And if there are, the market is proven. It doesn't make any sense to choose the market without any affiliates, unless you want to be the pioneer in the product, pioneer in the market. But pioneers are the people who make most of the money when they are successful, but they are the ones who lose all the money if they cannot succeed, probably because of the reason that they are too early. So with this niche growing, and it grows at a pace of almost 10% every year, and with all the 3 billion people that currently do not have access to the internet, and as time goes, more people get that reach, get that access, get an internet connection. Of course, the traditional online casinos will grow as well. And, it's a no-brainer to start a traditional online casino. And we discussed that crypto online casino, right, in my previous video. And I mentioned the trust as the main driver factor, why crypto-friendly audience chooses the crypto online casinos, because they trust them more. There are benefits of it. There are reasons to trust. The same applies to traditional online casinos. So people who are not crypto-friendly, people who use fiat all their lives, they may prefer to pay either using their credit cards, or probably, some people will go somewhere outside to Walmart or any other mall and shopping center. They will buy a voucher, they will pay with fiat for the voucher, they will come back home, they will use that voucher, they will open your site, and then they will enter the code for the site, and then they will top up their accounts. The reason is because they do not trust crypto. Crypto is something that is unknown. No governments, there are very few countries on the planet that actually kind of allow crypto in a traditional way, but most of the countries, they do not support crypto. So people do not believe in crypto as the main investment vehicle, right? They do not want to keep their savings in crypto. They do not use crypto. Even in Europe, there are countries that, well, if you're gonna mention crypto word, people will look at you like, well, are you trying to scam or something? So crypto for the traditional audience is just nonsense. And if it's nonsense for them, trying to educate them, trying to explain them all the benefits, educate them how to use crypto, because still user interfaces is not something my grandma would use on a daily basis, with all the tradings and multiple aspects and that menu change and everything, and then all the fluctuations on the market. She would just go gray the second time, right? So this is not something people use in daily life, and 8 billion people, 400 million people, 420 million people use crypto. Other people, they never use crypto, and probably they will not use crypto for the next few years, as probably situation changes and governments come up with central crypto banks and everything else, right? So there is a huge market for it. And the truth is that with the traditional online casino, you have a reach of 8 billion people, right? So, but to become successful, you have to focus, and you have to focus on your audience. So who is your audience? How do you define them? Do you find them as, for example, a part of the country? So you want to focus on a country like Brazil, Chile, Malaysia, Japan, United States? Or do you want to go deeper and you want to focus on the city? Because you can become with cities as well, become successful. There are cities like 5, 10, 15 million people. There are countries, there are 2 million people, So, why cannot you become successful in one city that has 10 million people of population? There is no answer to this, because you can. And you can even focus on one specific region in that city if something unites that city, right? So there are blocks that are more successful, like rich people live there. There are blocks where people that are not so successful live there. So you want to focus on your specific audience to deliver the message that would resonate with your audience. And with fiat, it's easy. All you have to do, you have to localize your product. You have to provide it in a way in a language that they use. It doesn't make any sense to speak to people in English, for example, in Spain or Japan. I'm not talking about Tokyo. So you want to localize it. You want to make sure that you are using the same language people are using when they work on daily basis and live. The fiat traditional online casino can give you that scale no other crypto casino will give you, because with an access, for example, with a city that has the population of 5 million people, how many people there would have the crypto. I mean, we speak probably roughly, I don't know, 2%, 3% probably. So we speak 150,000, but all 5 million people use the fiat traditional payment methods. And now there you go, you have that audience and you have a focus, and you can focus on one specific market. So with this being said, it's really easier to start the traditional online casino because it requires less investment. So with crypto, your cost per acquisition goes up, but with the traditional online casinos, your cost per acquisition and the cost for, first-time depositor is really low if you deal with tier 2, tier 3 countries, and you do not strive for the countries like the United States or Canada or Japan, which means more room for any startup. So if you are on a budget and you don't have some venture funds that back you up and 20 million, it might make much more sense to choose the traditional online casino, because now something that, would require tens of thousands to test, let's say, your marketing tactic, right? Now you can do that 10 times cheaper because you're working with tier 2 markets, tier 3 markets. So which means that you can fail much more times before you actually find tactics that work, instead of burning all your budget. And if you don't have, an infinite budget or a huge budget, then you are in trouble. Because let's say it takes 100,000 to test one tactic, right? And if you burn through 100,000, then you don't have anything left. And if you choose like tier 1 country where you choose the crypto niche and the crypto vertical, then it's probably not the best way. So it's much easier to start for people and for teams, for startups that are on the budget, because of simple math. The cost per acquisition will be much less, and you will be able to test much more things and define things that are successful, and then to focus on these things and simply scale. And the biggest question is, okay, makes sense. We are the startup, so what is the disadvantage, right? The biggest disadvantage in any traditional online casino is the payments. Well, first, there are no payment system providers that are successful in every market. You cannot find the same payment system provider that would be successful in the United States and in China, for example, right? Every market, they have their own payment methods because of politics, because of the business. So best payment system providers, they have best connections to the best local banks. And there you go, they build the product for this market. In Brazil, they have Pix. In Malaysia or Southeast Asia, they have wallets mainly. Somewhere in India, UPI. In the United States, they have the PayPal or the cards, and people got used to these things. So you cannot offer, cards to people in Brazil. It doesn't make any sense. And if you do, you'll get scammed, because there are a lot of scammers that will use, fake credit cards, and then they will simply charge you, cause a lot of chargebacks for your casino. So any payment system provider, they would say no after 2 weeks working with you, because people are using credit cards and they're very smart, and they're like, well, okay, we'll try to pay. We'll try to play this game, and we'll try to outplay the casino. Oops, we are losing 1,000 here. What we do? We go and we ask for the chargeback, right? So this is not the way it works on multiple markets, multiple payment system providers that are successful, which means that for every market, you have to have a pack of payment system providers to connect payment methods. So people want to pay in multiple different ways. Some people prefer credit cards, some people vouchers, some people prefer to use some PayPals, and so on. So multiple payment system providers will give you access to these payment methods. So when people pay, they can choose, right? Okay, which one do I want to use? And every payment system provider comes with fees. So there are withdrawal fees, there are deposit fees, right? And these fees, they can be really high depending on the market. With crypto, it wasn't a problem because there is a flat fee, you can renegotiate that. So with markets and with different markets, these fees are really different. And what happens if one of your payment methods, one of your payment system providers goes down? And it happens with traditional online casinos. And if you are not fast enough, or you do not have a backup that you would connect and you would use a secondary source of the payment processing, then you are screwed. Because now you have 30 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours of offline, and people are there and you're paying for all that marketing, and they cannot top up their accounts, they cannot repeatedly top up their accounts, and they're asking what's going on. So they are leaving without you accepting any cash, right? So this causes tons of losses for online casinos. So the best online casinos, biggest ones, especially ones that focus on multiple markets, they have a person or they have a team of payment experts that focus on the markets. They do the deals with payment system providers. They have one payment system provider as a main for this payment method. They have a second one as a backup plan, right? And they have multiple for multiple markets, and they continuously negotiate deals with other payment methods and then renegotiate them. And that's how they move forward, right? That you cannot, be offline for a minute in online business, whether that's online casino or whether you're selling shoes in your Shopify store. I mean, 1 minute means tens of clients, and tens of clients mean that you are unhappy. And I had a customer, just before we went to Miami, I spoke to a gentleman who was working in one of online casinos, not going to mention the market. So what they did, they are the traditional online casino, and they accepted payments so people could easily deposit money. And now when someone wins, they had to wait for 7 to 10 days before they got the money. So imagine you are playing in my online casino and you hit a jackpot. You win 50,000 right now, or 100,000, whatever. When do you expect to be paid? I mean, you expect to be paid right now because I accepted your money right now as well. I didn't ask you to wait, right? I accepted your money, so you win 100,000. You want to withdraw all your winnings. So you're taking all your money right now. So if I push you to wait for another 5 to 7 days, what will you do? Well, you will run around. You will go to forums and you will go and you will speak to people and you will explain how bad this casino is and they are delaying the payment. And probably there are scammers. Not good for any brand. Not good if you're building brand and if you want to build it strong. So you cannot have these situations. This particular example, they did a very bad job on choosing payment system providers, which would provide that experience to people where people would be happy, like winning $500 or $1,000, whatever the amount is. All right, so the bottom line, which one to choose? Crypto casino to start, or traditional online casino to start, right? Or to combine those things. And the answer is where you can provide more value and where you can prove you can be successful. So if you have a source of traffic, if you have, the marketing strategies where you can, generate players for your online casino, and you're 100% sure that the channels that you have are 100% fit for the crypto casino, then probably crypto casino is the way to start. And if you are like, well, I don't know, I'm just starting, then you don't have them. That's as simple as that. So then traditional online casino is your choice. Same with the budget. If you don't have enough of a budget, traditional online casinos is the way for you. So it's not about your choice, whether or not I want to start. It's about the market. It's about where you start, players that you're gonna get. It's about value that you can provide. It's about traffic that you can get. It's about actually reverse engineering the entire market that you want to enter and to see, okay, there are successful players in this market and I want to emulate them, right? So there is no answer to this question. You can answer this question better than I do. And if you need any help, then reach out to us and we'll be happy to answer all your questions. This was Max. Once again, thank you for 1,000 subscribers. You are awesome, and see you in my next video. Bye.